I'm on a new medication. I've had like a restless leg syndrome forever. I don't know if anyone has it. Does anyone have restless leg syndrome? Dude, restless leg syndrome, when it's like, I think there's a couple versions of it where like you're moving your legs at your desk, but most of the time you don't really get the impulse, or at least I don't get the impulse to like bounce my leg or anything like that during the day, because I'm usually moving around enough, like just generally, that it doesn't usually affect me, or I'm distracted. But at nighttime, it's the worst fucking thing. Dude, it's the worst. You bounce at nighttime. Who doesn't bounce at nighttime when they meet the right... Anyway. It's the worst thing. It's genuinely hell. I'm so glad someone else said it. Dude, it's so bad. I've had it for ages now. I think like 10 years or something I've had it for. And whenever I go to sleep at night, it'll just be this like impulse. The best thing I imagine is like, it's genuinely like a muscle like seizure, like it's a spasm in your leg. It's an impulse like that you can't let it go. It's like the only way I've ever understood like what's it called when you say things when you don't mean to, with the condition. Am I being stupid? What's the word? Tourette's. It's the closest I've come to understanding what Tourette's would be like, of that like absurdly powerful like urge to do something. You could force your way through it, but it's worse if you do. It's awful. And so I talked to my psychiatrist about it. I spoke to my doctor about it, and I got a thing for it that's like an anticonvulsant. But the thing is, I found out from Googling it that it's like a street drug. Like, people just fucking play around with it. Like, it gives you like a buzz. Like, you can get, I wouldn't say high, but pretty much. It's pregabalin. And I Googled it as like what the street name is, and it's like buds or something. But it's for generalized anxiety disorder. Because I spoke to him and I said like, look, I've got this like restless leg syndrome thing. Is there anything I can do for that? Also, on a side note, on 2 different conversations, I am freaking the fuck out about meeting anyone. Fucking going to like TwitchCon or any party. That one really big party, how much I talked about how scary I was because there was like 50 people there that I didn't know. It's also for nerve and spinal injury. Yeah. So I got like, it's normal to be like anxious about it, like socially anxious about it. But I mean, like for me, I need to be on the edge of drunk in order to meet new people, you know, which is so hard. Just have fun. Thank you, Vanimal. just stop worrying about it, dude. That's so cringe. That's so cringe that you're like anxious about meeting people, bro. That's so weird. But look, I've decided that this year is the year that I get my like mental health together. It's just autism. Is it though? I have no idea. If it's autism, I mean, the one thing I have done for the autism thing is just saying to everyone I ever meet, hey, I'm probably gonna say something really stupid. You know, it's, hold on, sorry, I got distracted there. It kills your downstairs, FYI. What do you mean? Don't tell me. What do you mean? Bro, can there not be a pill that doesn't give you fucking erectile dysfunction? Can there be one? This year's kind of been the, like, mental health year of trying to figure it out. And one of the things that I've been sort of doing is actually speaking to psychiatrists and stuff, figure out what's going on. One of the things that it involves is that ketamine thing. There's something in England and in a bit of America, I'm not really sure. It's new for us, it's not new for you, where you take ketamine with, like, a doctor, a nurse's, like, nurses sort of go ahead. The nurse does it for you. They're waiting with you and everything like that. And it's the most out there thing I've ever heard, because even the doctors that sort of talk to you about it, and you talk to the nurses, you talk to everyone, they genuinely just say like, you're gonna trip out. You're gonna go on a trip. It's really similar to like ayahuasca with the way they do it, because they inject it. It's not like you're doing ketamine like the street drug sort of ketamine. You're doing like this thing. So the whole process is you lay down on this bed that they've got. Hold on. You lay down. Right? And basically, this person injects you in your arm as you're sort of laying, and they'll put a weighted blanket over you. Poggers, autistic people win. They put a weighted blanket on you, and they put like these eye shades on. So I went recently to London to do a rehearsal of this, by the way. A therapist in the room with you, but they don't talk to you. They don't say shit. All they do is they sit there, and at one point, dude, I'm gonna tell you about this therapist, but one of the things that she said regarding this like practice session was like telling me about how it's all gonna work, telling me about her, which I will tell you about because it was really funny. And then saying like, I'm going to sit with you. We can do something that we do with a lot of people is we do like therapy, like physical touch. And I went, okay. And she just sort of carried on. She said, she specified, one of the things we do is like physical touch, nothing sexual. and then waited a second, like I was supposed to say something. Like I was supposed to go like, I feel like that was my opportunity to say like, is that a hard and fast rule? You know, like she gave me enough room in the conversation to be like, are you sure? And but nothing sexual. And then you lay down here, we put on like these headphones. They're one of those really good like Sennheiser headphones. Like the type of thing where you feel like you're fucking there, man. So you put these headphones on, you put these eye shades down, you put a blanket up on you, and then you essentially just trip for 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. It's kind of however long it lasts, because this is the first session is just however long this shit lasts. The next day you come back and you talk to your therapist about what you saw in your trip. Now, that can be an awful lot of things. One of the things they said was, like, these other clients that I've had, here's, like, some of their experiences. And they're all like, this guy saw himself as a panther, like, was running through the jungle. And we figured out that it was to do with, like, he wanted, like, to help people and that felt, like, powerful and everything, which was really interesting. I've never taken a hallucinogen before. I'm not sure how many of you people have done hallucinogens. I've never done it, but it's like, it's a hallucinogen. As long as you don't feel like a shark. Dude, imagine. Oh my God. Wow, you people. I love you people. Not actually. I don't love you people. You're dreadful, awful. You're all my enemies. I want you to know that. My enemies. I have to say that, otherwise you'll be too nice and I'll cry. There's a... I don't know what the fuck I'd see, but in my mind, I'm thinking there's no way. There's no way I could, like, genuinely... It's not like salvia or some shit, right? Not like the most potent hallucinogen in the world. I don't know how on earth I'd, like, see myself as a different thing. That seems odd. So the person that does the therapist person, I won't tell you about like all the stuff we talked about in therapy, like all my deepest, darkest issues and shit, because it's just boring and cringe and kind of a bummer. But the person was so fucking interesting. She had taken ayahuasca like 6 times and then listed drugs that I've never heard of. I'd like to think that I think I know more than the average about drugs, but not as much as someone who actively takes them. But I didn't know the names of these things. Like she said, I did this one 4 times, this one a couple times, and carried on. And it's very like, look, I don't know how much you guys are, but I'm not a very like spiritual person. I'm not very like, and you're gonna like connect to your inner child and experience all this healing, and I'm not like that. I'm also not like see the fourth dimensional or this fucking 5th dimensional plane or whatever, right? Sounds like she was trip bragging. No, she was just telling me about like, because I was asking questions about like why this works or whatever, because there's a bunch of different research onto it that's like it helps with brain plasticity, which it does, which is pretty cool. So you know, you can sort of learn more stuff. It's a dissociative, so you sort of see yourself outside of yourself, you know, which can be good. I've heard, you know, it's kind of good for sorting out your problems, I think. Also why after taking his own product, yeah man, I don't know, it's a whole thing, and I get that it's a bit of science, but dude, it was so like it wasn't the most like, how do I put it, I don't trust it super well. Like it seems very very hokey, very I don't know, DMT, psilocybin, buckfat. I haven't heard of that one. I haven't tried either. I'm not going to try DMT, but I haven't tried psilocybin either. I'm more for microdosing. The issue is I don't want to break a law. I don't want anything to be illegal that I do, especially because then I can't talk about it on the internet, so so this is one of those ones that's like, you know, I was just surprised that this sort of thing was legal. DMT is in ayahuasca. Okay. All right. I've never tried ayahuasca either. Also, I thought DMT is sort of in its own, like, vein of, like, drugs. Because it just seems so goddamn intense the way everyone describes it. And the one time I've seen someone take DMT over, like, a Discord call, it seems out there. It seems like one of those drugs that I wouldn't necessarily super enjoy. No, DMT is the main ingredient in something else. I don't know how it works.